Welcome to Design in 40K. That's what I'm going to call it, anyways. This was a viewer request. I talk about the new Elder release. I'm not going to call them Aldari or whatever stupid name GW to copyright it. I'm going to be blunt with you guys. I'm calling them Elder because otherwise I'm going to destroy the name. This is for the Corsair. So let's start with the prince himself, and then we'll go down and I'll give my overall opinions, blah 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 blah. How's the prince look? I don't mind his model. I like the fact that his helmeted head is in keeping with the one character I never remember from when they introduced the deaf goddess chick, who I also don't remember. They're the couple characters I remember them existing, but I never remember their names. I like that helmet. It's a very nice, very well in keeping helmet. His design is very well done for the most part. I like the kind of more athletic lines, and I kind of like his coat. It's always something I've always liked about the character. I've never been a massive flags guy, so the two flagpoles, I just never was big on that. But hey, that's me. The one problem I have with the model is really I can't decide if he's in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Masters duel or he's decided to become Elder John Cena and we can't see him. I'm not sure which one it is, but overall I don't mind his model. I think it's a decent enough upgrade. I would have probably preferred a different pose, but that's more just me being finicky on it. So let's go to the Sky Reverse, or Swooping Hawks, but kind of bridging here's the thing. On a model basis, they're fine. The problem I have is that, one, we have Swooping Hawks, and two, these are kind of edging into the Dark Elder thing where they're kind of mixing the two, and I would have preferred them to be more piratical than Craft World Elder / Dark Elder, kind of having a strange baby. I would have also preferred a different color scheme just to separate them more from the Dark Elder, which they're generally painted very similar to this. That's a kind of a nitpick. The models themselves are well sculpted. They suit an Elder release. I don't hate them. I just think the problem is that they look more like they're turning into Dark Elder than they are Corsairs per se. And do we need a unit that kind of feels like it's stepping on the Swooping Hawks kind of thing? I know they're going to be slightly different. It just, I don't know. I mean, they're not a bad design overall. I don't hate them. I'm not sure I like the direction the Corsairs are going in, if you get my gist. Then we have Corsair. Honestly, I actually don't mind his pose. The whole, and the water shall separate. Kind of a Moses in Egypt kind of pose he's got going there. The one problem I have is I don't like the bug-eyed kind of helmet, but I've never been a fan of those style of helmets. I think he'd be a perfectly fine Warlock or Farseer. You could probably, depending on the head, on how it's situated on there, you could probably switch that out. Overall, I don't mind it. I like the design. Though I'm going to be kind of concerned about whatever headwinds are hitting him from behind to throw his cape quite like that, because he's going to have to definitely lean into that wind a little bit more. Overall, the model's fine. It's keeping with the direction they're going with. My biggest bugbear is I'm really not quite sure I like the greenish, tealish, turquoise kind of color scheme, because I associate that with the Dark Elder. That's my own personal bias, but that's just how I feel. I kind of wish they went with a different color scheme for these guys, but I mean, I don't see a problem with it if you ask me, but I would have preferred something different. Now let's talk about the Viper and Star thing. Overall, I like the Viper. I always get them mixed up names wise, so I had to check real quick. I like the Viper. The one nitpick I have is from the image they put up. It looks like it's like awkwardly connected instead of being a turret. Now, I remember them not having glass on the turret, or maybe that was just people I played with that just didn't like it. I don't remember exactly. It's been a while since I've looked at these units. I do like it. It's keeping a lot of the lines, though it has made like really minute changes to try to, I'm not sure, give it a little bit more of an organic kind of look that they've been kind of going with the Elder of late. It's not bad. Like when we get the side image, you can see it's clearly disconnected, but the one image makes it look like it's been connected to the main cockpit. It's not a bad design. I can see people having reasons to keep the old one. So it's kind of a, do you like peanut butter or chocolate more? Yeah, that's just how I feel about it. So let's talk about the star thing. I'm gonna be that guy. I don't like the star thing, and it's not because it's got a terrible design or they've look at how they butchered my boy. It's just I don't like the turret. To be honest, facing backwards, it just feels awkward in a way. I'm sure that it'd probably be movable. At least I hope it is, but I don't know. It looks, yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna be honest. The star thing, which I had to check again to make sure I wasn't gonna annihilate it. Just, I don't know. You know, everybody to their own. It's just one that I kind of look at and go, It's not bad. I'm not gonna complain to someone used it, but I don't see myself going out and buying it, if you get my gist. And then you're in this box getting Corsair Void Scar miniatures. I think they're from the Kill Team release, if I remember right. And I don't hate these guys, but I do think that they lean more into making them look like less evil Dark Elder than pirates, honestly. Overall, if you get these releases and you really like them, there's no shame in that. My biggest bugbear, besides I'm sure the price is going to be insane, is a couple things. One, I just don't think the design direction is really something that was needed. I think that they could have gone a different path and really set them apart from what they did, other than looking kind of like an in-between point between the two factions. The other thing is, I'm going to expound on this one just a bit. Do we need more sub-factions in a game that already takes a lot of time to play and put together and paint and maintain, and this is a lot of money? Like, could we not have summed this up by, of course, bringing the prince out, bringing a couple of these vehicles that were desperately in need of revamps? We could have the two characters, but we could have completely gone without the jetpack guys and just made the Corsairs a new unit that under the prince they could pick, or maybe you could pick a small faction and then pick a few different things and have it in the main book. I just don't think we needed an ever expanding number of sub factions, because I feel like it just gets to be too much at some point, and then you don't get enough time and attention for all of them, and then some of them just go to the wayside to die. And again, I'm gonna be that guy. If you're super duper hyped for it, give it some time once it's out and see if that interest remains. And oftentimes just buy it piecemeal, because in the long run, you'll be able to get things tackled in a more healthy manner. My main concern is just those, and don't let Games Workshop hype you up on this. If you are super excited, great. I hope you have a lot of fun with them. But I am one of those people who, when I look into new 40K, or Nuhammer, as I like to call it, I keep going, man, they just feel like they're bloating everything out instead of having one unit that can be equipped in multiple ways and fulfill multiple roles. It's like they have 5 or 6, and then instead of having like a small entry that goes, hey, we have this unit, and if you want to use it to make this kind of piratey force, here's like what you can use with it. They just kind of go, here's a whole couple, like 3 whole new units, and that's it. And you just feel like nothing ever gets the time and attention and care that it really should to be an inclusion and to be worth people buying into. But that's just how I feel about it. And I know I'm going on, but I always think about the end user, and I'm going, I don't know, I like the Corsairs, but at the same time I'm like, I just don't feel like it warrants having a full army release. I feel the same way about the Red Corsairs. I think it would have been perfectly fine just to be like, hey, here's a unit, here's a Huron, you can use them in a standard Chaos army, blah, 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 but you can also use them for this Red Corsairs. I just feel like we're going to get lost in the sauce, and it's just becoming a lot of stuff with very little return. So that's just me. What do you guys think? Are you super duper hyped for it? Is there something you think that I'm just missing? Let me know what you guys feel. How are you feeling? Do you think that this is a good move, a bad move? Overall, it's Elder, and I like Elder, so there's that. Hell then, have a nice day. Bye-bye.